Pulsar LT in your 2019 and newer GM Silverado or Sierra with the gas engine. This works in both the 5.3 liter and the 6.2 liter applications. We first start by disconnecting this engine to body control harness. To do so, we start by releasing this red safety tab by simply sliding it up, at which point we can depress with our thumb the lower corner of this outside shell. When depressing that with your thumb, that shell will then slide up and you can see the rolling lock start to disengage. We will slide this shell all the way up until the harness is completely disconnected, at which point it will then come apart. We can set this aside for now as we need to move on to removing this connector from the mount that is on the front of the airbox. Using a small pick tool or a small thin flathead screwdriver, you can place the pick between the gray connector and the black mounting tab, where you can then depress the safety latch inside the connector and wiggle the connector up and off of this mounting tab. Our next step will be to remove this small plastic Christmas tree that is holding the wiring harness to that mount. You can use a small pair of pliers or this style tool here. With that harness disconnected, we can move on to removing this 10mm nut located on the airbox mounting stud on the front corner. This is where our installation bracket will be mounted. So we need to remove the nut. The powder coated bracket that's included with your Pulsar LT can then be slid down over that stud. And the factory 10mm nut can be reinstalled. While this step is not absolutely critical, it does give you a great place to attach the harnesses and the new pigtail harness that's included with the LT, so that when it's complete you have a factory looking installation. At this point we can start with the installation of the Pulsar LT device. Using the included wiring harness from the package, we will start by doing this lower connector. Basically slide this connector together, and then the outer shell will slide down and you can see the rolling lock begin to engage until you hear it click, and then make sure you close the safety latch. This harness can then be tucked down and slid on to the mounting bracket that we just installed, which will hold it securely in place. We will then reconnect the upper part of the harness, again just sliding it together and sliding the outside shell downwards until you hear it click. We can then engage the red safety clip, and then this can be remounted on the factory airbox tab, giving us a complete factory look. We will then move on to installing the Pulsar LT module onto the other side of the harness until you hear it click. We've included some Velcro that will allow you to attach the module to the top of the airbox. You can wrap it around to the back side, or there are some zip ties included if you want to tuck it away somewhere else, should you be running an aftermarket airbox that won't allow you to attach to it. At this point we can move into the cab and start setting up our Pulsar LT features. Okay, with the Pulsar LT now installed under the hood, the harness is connected, the module is mounted, we can now move into the vehicle and start setting up the features of the Pulsar LT. In this particular vehicle, we want to press and hold the engine start button to turn on the power to the vehicle without starting the engine. You'll hold that button for about 5 seconds. The light will turn green on the button and you'll see that your dash will turn on along with your radio. Using the select button on the right side of the steering wheel, we can close out any of our notifications, and we want to be on our digital mile per hour display. just to ease with knowing what settings we are entering. So to enter our setup mode for the Pulsar LT, we do that simply by pressing our cruise cancel button. You will press and hold for about 5 seconds and you will see the speedometer sweep all the way up to 140, at which point we can let go of the button, and the Pulsar LT is now in setup mode. Now each individual application and the settings will be different, so you will want to refer to your quick reference guide included with the module to know what setting adjusts what features. So in this 3.0 liter Duramax, we want to adjust our factory speed limiter. So to do this is setting 1 in this particular truck. Again, it may be different for your gas application. To enter this setting, we want to press the cancel button. You'll see the speedometer sweep and come back to what the setting is. You can see here that our factory speed limiter is set at 108 miles an hour. Now using our cruise resume and set buttons, we can toggle up and down to set that speed limiter at whatever mile per hour we would prefer. Let's say 115. We will press the cruise cancel button again and you will see the speedometer sweep, letting us know that that setting has now been saved. At this point, we can press and hold our cruise cancel button again until the speedometer sweeps to re-enter our setup mode and move on to the next setting. Now we will adjust for an aftermarket tire size. In this particular truck, this is setting 3. Again, use your reference guide to know which setting is which for your engine and model. We're going to press the cruise cancel button to enter, and it is first going to ask for our factory tire size. You can see that the mile per hour reads 32. This is the large number of our tire. And then it will ask us for our half-inch size, 0, 1 through 10. This is an exactly 32-inch tire, so we want to leave at 32.0. We will press the cruise cancel button again. The speedometer will sweep. Now it is going to ask us for our aftermarket tire size. We have done a leveling kit and a mild tire upgrade, which is a 33-inch. Using our tape measure, the tire actually measures 32.8 inches. So we want to make sure that this first one is at 32. Press the cruise cancel button, and then we can toggle through using our resume and set buttons to get to 8 for a 32.8. We will press the cruise cancel button again. The speedometer will sweep, letting us know that our modified tire size has now been saved and our speedometer should read correctly for the new tire size. Again, to enter that setup menu, we want to press and hold the cruise cancel button. Speedometer will sweep and we can let go. Now we want to, let's disable the auto start stop feature in this truck. For the 3.0 liter Duramax, this is setting 8. Again, for the other gas applications, the settings will be different, so make sure that you're using your quick reference guide included with the Pulsar LT. We want to press the cruise cancel. The speedometer will sweep again. At this point, we have the option to select 0 miles per hour, which leaves the auto start stop enabled, just like factory, so that it will work with your factory button. If we scroll up to the 10 mile an hour setting, this will disable that feature for good, so that the auto start stop will no longer function and you no longer have to press the button on the factory dash anytime you want to turn this feature off. It will remain off all the time. So to activate this system, we can just press, and that will save our factory auto start system into the disabled mode so that it no longer functions. The speedometer will sweep back to 0 and we have completed that function. One of the other great features to the Pulsar LT is the built-in throttle booster that is adjustable on the fly while you're driving. With the engine running, whether you're in park or you're driving, you can control that throttle boost setting simply with the cruise control, resume, and set buttons. So with our cruise control off, we can simply press our cruise control resume button, and you'll see the speedometer climb to the 50 mile an hour, which is the setting 5, the most responsive setting. By simply pressing that toggle button down, it will change settings to 4, 3, 2, 1, and 0. This will adjust how sensitive the throttle is, which makes it much nicer for daily driving, accelerating quicker from a stop, takes away that dead pedal and that lag that you feel in the GM application. This can be adjusted at any time while driving, as long as your cruise control is disabled at the time you try to adjust it. Obviously, with the cruise control enabled, this button is going to change your mile per hour that the cruise is set at. So make sure that you turn your cruise off, and you can adjust your throttle sensitivity at any time.